Hey folks, this is Jake Davis with an On the Fly review for you, and today I'm talking about Free Guy, which hits theaters today, in fact. This film is directed by Sean Levy, who helmed the truly atrocious Night at the Museum trilogy, and is directed by and stars Ryan Reynolds, Jodie Comer, Taika Waititi, Lil Rel Howery, Joe Keery, and Channing Tatum. The whole setup for this film is Ryan Reynolds plays an NPC in the Grand Theft Auto like video game who slowly realizes that he can, play the game if he does the right things here or there. And it starts causing chaos amongst the people running the game in the real world as they slowly start to realize that this video game character is not only broken the code, but has basically gained sentience. These people are alive now. And it becomes this whole moral issue, dilemma of, this is a brand new form of life. We've got to preserve it, have to protect it. Sure. But all this is done through big, elaborate action scenes and old jokes. Okay, what I liked about the movie, Reynolds was good. And visually, it was terrific. I really liked the visual effects. The art direction, the costume designs, a terrific score, wonderful score by Christoph Beck, who did the unappreciated Ant-Man movie scores. Love the music in those films, especially the first one. I liked the inclusion of actual, popular YouTube streamers, game streamers, kind of taking the place of the traditional exhibition like information that usually you'll have like the news reporters delivering and stuff like that. I enjoyed that, and that's about it. What I didn't like about the movie was its narrative. It was an incredibly predictable movie. While the first two acts were fun and engaging and entertaining, the third act is way drawn out. So it's a Zemeckis approach, which I've always hated. Just every little thing has to be stretched out and drawn out as long as it possibly can. And there's a ticking clock. The entire universe is crumbling around you. But please take time to stop and talk about something. I hate that kind of shit. The human characters were just awful. Not a single one of them were interesting or likable. I don't want to ruin the ending for you, but it has maybe the single most cringy, not the very last scene, but the next to last scene, maybe the most cringy scene ending I've ever seen in a movie. I pulled a muscle cringing so hard watching that. Ugh. And then there's Taika Waititi, who's just terrible in this. In a movie about actual animated characters come to life, he's the biggest cartoon in the whole fucking thing. Just one note, SNL-like character shit. I really thought he was very obnoxious, not funny at all in this. Overall, just for spectacle and the charm of Reynolds' performance alone, I'll give the movie 3 stars. 3 stars isn't bad. It's a passable movie. But yeah, I kind of felt that the biggest problem with this movie is it's long-winded. It's old fucking jokes. I cannot stress that enough. And oh man, just you don't care about anybody. Basically, when the story is just Wreck-It Ralph meets Tron with just a peppering of the Truman Show. Come on, the only thing holding the movie together is Ryan Reynolds, and why at one point I do appreciate Fox. Disney gets a hold of this movie during production. There's an obvious reshoot for a Disney Plus commercial in there. It is painfully obvious. It's the only time any other intellectual property is ever actually used specifically referenced in the movie, as of course your Disney shit. What's his name? I was gonna say something about the hair kid. I really liked him in Spree, that horror movie about the Uber driver killer. But everything else I've seen him in, I don't know, really bland, kind of boring. But yeah, man, and also when it comes to movies about video games, like I said, it's kind of nice that there's a big budget movie that's not based on a a, a pre-existing IP. But this is still something that's been done. Like I said, Wreck-It Ralph, Tron, Serenity, Ready Player One, Virtuosity, a movie called Arcade, a movie called Brain Scan, cheap ass horror movies from the mid-90s. You're still just talking about simulated worlds where people don't know that their reality is fake. Fuck them, The Matrix and Dark City, and all of those movie sequels. We've seen the video game movie, and not to mention all the movies are actual film adaptations of legitimate video games. I just kind of feel like this idea has been done, and it's getting to the point where it's been done to death. Anyhow, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.